Hi, I'm Erin with E.E.B Studios. We're an online acting studio. If you need help up-leveling your self-tape auditions, you can book a private coaching session or check out our flagship program, Best Acting Workshop Ever, where you can post self-tapes every month for feedback. Today, I want to encourage you to get your self-tapes in as quickly as you can. Within reason, making sure, of course, you're still doing the actor's work, fleshing out that script, right? If we've worked together before, you know my analogy of the paint by numbers exercise where we're filling in all of the colors, all of the humanity of the character. And sometimes that can take a little bit of time to achieve. But for the most part, I really want to encourage you to get your tapes in within 24 hours, maybe 48 at the latest. The reason for this is because there are some casting directors that will cast on a rolling basis. And all that means is just that they're watching tapes literally as they roll in. And I like to think of things, in this industry from the business perspective that it is. Put yourself in the casting director's shoes. If the producers have asked you to send 10 choices to them, and you have 10 fantastic tapes, fantastic actors that could all really slay this role, why would you continue to watch tapes? You want to go home and be done with work for the day and be with your family, right? Another reason I'm really passionate about this is because I've seen firsthand how this can really affect an actor's career. I've got a buddy who called me one time up on a Thursday. He had just gotten an audition. It wasn't due until Monday at noon. And he said, hey, can you help me read for this? I'm going to tape it Monday morning. I was like, you sure you want to wait that long? And he's like, yeah, I've got plans this weekend, blah, 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 it'll be fine. I get another call Sunday night. The role has already been booked. I don't even get to audition for this. Now, I know how frustrating that can be. I know that sucks. I totally get it. It's just something to be aware of though, because this does happen in our industry. And by waiting too long, you can literally take yourself out of the running. Now, I know this is difficult. You might look at me and go, well, you obviously work from home, Erin, and you can just pop into your self-tape room anytime. And there's a lot of truth to that, and I completely get where you're coming from. I wasn't always able to work from home. If you're still piecemealing together a bunch of part-time jobs and trying to make this work, listen, I feel you. I have cleaned houses. I have waited tables. I have taken apart cell phones. You name the part-time job, I've done it. So I totally get that. And if you are in that position, here's what I can encourage you, because this is what really helps to lower my self-taping blood pressure, especially when it comes to the deadlines, is to just always have your self-tape space set up and ready to go. Let's say you're in a really small space in a New York studio apartment. That I can really relate with. When I was in New York, having at least a mark on the floor, it's like, okay, I know my tripod goes there. I know this is the height, that my camera, when I stand, I know that this is where my eyeline needs to be. I know that's where my character, my scene partner eyeline needs to be, is that Post-it note right there. I know what times of day I'm gonna get better natural light. I know which ones I need to use my artificial lights for. It's just those little things that if we spend maybe 20, 30 minutes sort of hashing out ahead of time, it can really save our actor self-tape blood pressure from rising too much when those last minute opportunities do come in. Just some things to consider and think about. I would just hate for you to actually lose out on an opportunity like my buddy did from just assuming that casting's gonna watch all the tapes. Some casting directors do watch all the tapes, and that's wonderful, and we're always so grateful for that. But in those instances where they're not able to, this is just really important to keep in mind. And the last thing to consider is that when you start to develop your skills to a point where you can knock tapes out in 30 minutes, an hour, I'm at that point now, sometimes 15 minutes, if it's a short enough script, of course. And I don't share that to brag or impress you about me, but I've trained for a very long time, and I look at scripts every single day. If they're not mine, I'm coaching an actor. I'm constantly breaking down scripts. You can improve your speed of breaking down a script and feeling confident and knowing how to approach this in an interesting way. My opening and closing moment, I know it's going to get their attention. All the things that we talk about in our classes. you can really get to a point where you can execute that quickly. I hope that these ideas are helpful for you and maybe just kind of sparks a little bit of thought. Put in the comments below. I'd love to know where you are. Are you at that point you can knock it out and you've been doing this for years, or you're still sort of navigating that? Make that quick turnaround a goal. Maybe it's over the summer. Okay, by August 1st, I want to achieve X, Y, and Z in my self-taping process. Any amount of time and effort you put into this, it's gonna serve you long term. I hope that that's helpful for you, and we'll see you in class.